Hello my gorgeous makeup loving friends, how's it going? Welcome back to my channel, or if you're new here, hi, my name is Teresa. Today, with the help of my gorgeous friend Brianna, who helped me source these because I couldn't get them in Ireland. What's going on? Anyways, I have the MAC Botanic collection. Now I don't have every single item, but I have a big chunk of it. I have the eyeshadow palette. I know, it looks like open. Looks like this. Yeah. And I have the two skin finishes. Hurrah, look at the gorgeous packaging. And I only got one of the lipsticks because I already owned Ruby Woo, and the pale purple, I was like, that is not gonna look right on me. Such is life. So I got Tulip Service. So today's video is, as per usual, some swatches, a little tutorial of this look, and a review. So if that sounds like something you're interested in, then hooray, you've clicked on the correct video. 10 points to your Harry Potter house. Hogwarts house. That's the one. It's very warm. My brain is frazzled. But anyways, do please keep on watching. Hello friends, it's approximately the temperature of the sun. I mean, it obviously isn't, but oh my god, I am just sweating by existing. It's awful. I'm Irish. We're not built for this. So, I'm just doing some swatches right now in the midst of the day. So, I have the MAC Botanic Panic. So, this is what it looks like. And it has its little names on this card. So I have that in front of me. So let's go for it. So we have Aqua, Marigold Digger, Floral A Go-Go, and All Thorns, No Rose. I mean, that's me. All Thorns, No Rose. So let's do this. Aqua, which isn't coming up that great on me because I'm a sweaty mess. Marigold Digger. Yeah, fair enough. Floral A Go-Go. And All Thorns, No Rose. Should I take a bit more of Aqua? Like, I feel like I should just there you go. Yeah, okay, that shows up a bit better, and then a little bit more of Marigold. So take all of these swatches with an absolute, pinch of salt, because I am gross and sweaty. So we're on to the next row then, and it's Surf USA, Royal Woo, Picnic Panic, and Botanic Panic. Oh, so this is Botanic Panic. That's what the thing is named after. Okay, so Surf USA, that's nice. Royal Woo, Picnic Panic, and Botanic Panic. Okay, they're not coming up the best. What I'm going to do is I'm going to do another pass over these. Again, it's like 28 degrees here. That does not happen in Ireland. Climate change is a thing. Don't disagree with me. There we go. There we go, that's better. Yeah. Okay, so you just need the second pass. Oh, okay. Okay, I see you. I see you doing your thing. Oh god, I'm too white to do that. That's really embarrassing. But we'll put it down to the heat. Like, I'm clearly not myself. Clearly. So then we have the next four: Magnetic Field, Keep on Twinkling, Jam Session, and Magic Mushroom. God, I'd love a bit of jam. Jam. So, Magnetic Field, Keep on Twinkling. Which is, oh yeah, it's like a pinky thing. Jam Session, Jam, Jam, Jam. And Magic Mushroom. We'll do a second pass over them like I have with the rest, because I just think it seems to kind of need that in this heat. Yeah. I mean, I like it. I like the colour story of this. It's the first it is the first MAC palette that I've had. Like, I've bought like MAC singles in the past, but I've never bought a palette from them. So, like, the packaging, very cute. Speaking of packaging, I picked up the two highlighters. The packaging on these are just fabulous. And I kind of figured I can use one as a highlight and one as like a blush topper. So I'm going to show you this one first. This is Royal Flush. So this is the one that I think I can use as like a blush topper. So let's see. Yeah, that's going to look nice as a blush topper. I know I keep talking about oranges, but I just always end up deferring to pinks. I think it's because I have like quite a cool undertone, so pinks look very good on me. And then we have Fleur Sure. Fleur Sure. There we go. Fleur Sure. It looks like this. Perfect shade for me. I will say though, you know, on things like this, maybe have a bit more inclusivity. Like it's not wonderful in that sense, but that's what it looks like. And I also got one of the lipsticks. I got Tulip Service, so I will be using that in the whole look. So these is swatches. These are is brain boiled. Oh God, look at those wrinkles. Does anyone want to get me some Botox? Just saying. Anyways, we are going straight into the tutorial now. And my gorgeous friend Brianna also did a look at this. I'm going to link her channel down below so you can have a little look-see. Okay, like this is actually a deceptively simple look, I promise. Like, okay, no, I'm not going to say anything about the palette yet because, you know, whatever. Anyways, as per usual, I have already primed my eyelids. Just so you know, it's crazy warm here, so I'm sitting here in only a t-shirt and underwear. Sexy image. Yeah, I didn't even put on a bra. Anyways, I have the MAC Botanic here, and I think one of the things that annoys me a little bit is the names aren't on there. It's on the little sheet. But I'm not going to be looking at the sheet. I'll just be picking up the thing to show you what it is that I'm doing. So first thing that I did was I took this Madison M9 and I went into the yellow shade here. Now this is actually surprisingly pigmented. I was like, oh, do I want to sit down and film because it's so warm? But I was like, no, screw it, Teresa. You know, you go do this. My gorgeous friend, Brianna, who I've talked about several times on my channel, helped me get this because I couldn't source this in Ireland at all. Like I could source like a lipstick or some of the skin finishes. And I was like, I want those, but I must live on to the palette because I have problems. And Brianna, being the utter doll that she is, she went to her local MAC and picked it up for me. Now I paid her back, obviously, but like the fact that she went to that trouble, I'm like, how do I have such amazing friends? Look at the pigment on that. That is darned good. Now, full disclosure, this is the first ever like MAC palette I've had. Like I have like some MAC singles, but I've never actually picked up like a MAC palette, so this is quite exciting for me. I'm using this little Morphe brush, it's unnamed, and I'm going into the green shade of the Botanic Panic, which is a fun name, BT dubs, and very simply just smashing that on there. Now, one of the things I don't absolutely adore is that when you put the green and the yellow next to each other, you don't see a massive differentiation between them. You have to build up the green, but it's not like major. I think I would have preferred like maybe a little bit more like clarity that they are very different shades, but that's just me being a little bit like pernickety. But like, you know, it's a review. I'm going to be pernickety. I'm not going to say everything's absolutely spectacular. But I am, like I will just end up like being fond of this palette because Brianna went to such like effort to help me get my little paws on this. So it's going to be special just for that. In the same way like the Kaleidos Flower Punk was special to me because Sahil got it for me. I'm using this Suva 420 brush now. And what I did was I actually went into the two blues. So I picked the two of them up on the same brush, which I know sounds a bit weird, but you know, stay with me. And just popped it there and swishy back and forth. I know, technical terms. Because I was like, okay, so I'm doing a live this evening, so it's already happened by the time this video is up. But I was like, maybe I should like at least look like a person for that. I was like, no, I don't have to because people don't care. Like we're just sitting down and having tea and chats and like, I'm excited about that. So I always love like sitting down and having a chat with you guys because like even in the comments section, particularly like with releases and rants, you guys give like some really interesting opinions, and I just love hearing what you have to say about things, because a lot of you guys are super knowledgeable on things that I don't know about, and I just love that. Love that we can come together and just create this safe space to chat about these things. So I'm here for it. These blend really nicely. You can see how it's kind of forming there to have this additional green shade, and I am here for it. I mean, there's a reason why it's called MAC. It's that makeup artistry collection, and like you can tell that these are things that would be used by makeup artists because there's very little like bother with them. The pigment is there. Like, I kind of like, I just wish, I'm just going in with the green again, I just wish they came out with more collections that got me all excited, because I think the quality is, like, it's good. It's also a bit upsetting that they are selling in China, so that means they're not cruelty free. So for my cruelty free friends, I'm so sorry, it totally sucks, you know. But I think there is like some law changes or something happening soon. I don't know, I'm not the best at keeping up with these things. My mind is filled with other things, I'm afraid. Yes, I am bringing it above the brow. Do I know what I'm doing? Absolutely not, but whatever, it's makeup, it all washes off. We don't have to get all whatever about it. God, my brows are very present. We're having a heat wave here in Ireland, and people are acting like it's a massive surprise, and I'm like, lads, we have destroyed the planet. It's only gonna get worse. It's great. I'm using this Jessup 227, and again what I did this time was I went into the two purples here, so same thing as what I did with the blues. I just feel they kind of blend out a little bit better when I do it like that. So I'm just popping that there, and then swishy blendy. And then again, kind of drawing that up there as well, because I just feel like having something a bit, like I always end up like doing structured-y type things, but I kind of wanted to do this a little bit more like, I mean, like the name suggests, panicky. But again, you can see you're getting your pigment. It's blending quite nicely. I mean, you can see here, like I have a big chunk of the bloody look done, and like it's so minimal effort. I am here for that. Don't know about you guys, but this heat, like I can't be bothered to do anything like massive effort. So this took me about 20 minutes to actually sit down and do like the one eye. So I was like, okay, that's great. So that means I can get a whole look together in like an hour. Hooray. That's the reality of me doing my looks, is I don't like doing anything for too long. Not because I don't enjoy the process, but because I end up feeling really guilty that I'm like, oh, there's other things that I should be doing. I know, how crappy is that I don't even let myself really enjoy these things. Going into the blue again and blending that down. But it's, you know, like makeup is not a necessary thing, but like for me, it's just this amazing self-care thing. So I will say I took inspiration from Brianna. Brianna has her own video on this down below, and I loved kind of the eye shape that she did with her liner. So I kind of did not exactly similar, but like an homage to that. So what I'm going to do is I'm using the Glisten Cosmetics Pride Liner. I love this. I don't know if they're still selling this, but I really like Glisten Cosmetics. I have my referral link, code, etc. down below if you want to try it. And I'm just going to cut this out and put on the liner, and then we'll come back, and it's super simple. I also have these Collection Glam crystals, which they're pretty nice as well, and then obviously some butterflies. So we might actually sit and like apply those together as well. Yeah, anyways, I'm gonna cut out this and like put on the liner, and we'll be back in a little bit. The liner is on. It's actually still wet. That is how quickly it's all been done. So I'm using my Jessup 237. Can I do a video where I'm not using this? Probably not. It is my favorite. And I'm going into this lovely little pink shimmery shade, and I'm putting that into the inner corner. It's very soft, it's very light. You definitely, I think, would need like a whitish base. Now, what I have down is actually my Be Perfect eye primer. So I find that's pretty good. Although I wish they had a lighter shade. In saying that though, I'm not going to be buying anything from them for the next while. So it's a moot point really, isn't it? I feel like people don't say moot point enough. Such a great phrase, isn't it? Or is that just me being weird and being like, you like a weird phrase? Probably. You can see, even though it's a pale colour, the pigment is there for me. Again, I will always say, do not necessarily go on what it is that I'm saying. God, the fallout of those sequins from the collection, I am going to be finding that for the next 5 days, you know? It's the makeup version of like herpes. So I've said this a few times, like don't just go on one review, have a look at a couple of different reviews, because you know you have to take into account skin color, skin type, age, etc., all of these different things. So don't go out and buy something just because I've liked it or don't like it or whatever. Like that's, you know, just be clever about it. Again, the 237 has gone through the old color switch, and I'm going into this goldy shade here. So I think, yeah, in this, I've only not used 3 shades, which isn't bad. This is really nice. I think this could be quite a nice little highlighter, I think, for some people. Not for me, because it's a little bit too like goldy based. I don't like goldy highlighters on me. They never look right. Maybe it's just because like I am a Victorian ghost, possibly. But good pigment on that. Very happy with that. I do like this liner, by the way. It doesn't crack on me, so... Although I've never really had any issue with, like, liners cracking. You're right there, Cece. Oh no! Don't fall! Okay, we're okay now? Sorry, she was just repositioning herself. Anytime I'm filming, I always have Cece right next to me. She's a baby. Same brush again, and I'm going into this shade here. For those of you who don't know, Cece is my little black cat. I have 6 cats now. Everything's fine. It's not an indication of my mental health spiraling. It totally is. To be fair, if anyone doesn't have poor mental health after the last couple of months, I'm like, are you a real person? Are you a cyborg? Everyone has been affected, and that's okay. Da-dun-dun-dun. Again, nice and pigmented. We're here for that. Taking the Morphe M562 and just running it between these to at least try and kind of gentle up that very harsh transition. But whatever, it doesn't look that bad like once it's all put together. What I do now, because that's the shadow essentially done. I have this little NYX kajigger spatula, and I have the Collection Glam Crystals Glitter Balm, and I have it in Pinky Promise 2. So what I did was I just took the tiniest amount of this. This is great, by the way. I'm going to put the cap back on because I am afraid it'll dry out. And just pop it in there. Now, part of why I like this little spatula is it does give me some amount of like precision. Not a huge amount, because like, I mean, Jesus, it's not like, you know, going to solve everything, but it does have some amount of precision. So I'm just trying to bring it up there along to where the liner is, and apparently bring it all the way down to my face, because that is the way that my life is going. But I'm here for the sequins. I think it looks kind of cute. Yeah. So I have that one, but I also have another one here. And this time it's in the shade Sequins 1. By the way, I just like took a wipe and just wiped it off because, you know, I'm cool. And I'm just applying it along here. And again, up to where like the liner is. I mean, this is so deceptively simple. I think, well, maybe this is just me, but I think it looks really pretty, but it's not a lot of work, which I'm here for. I like something that looks really quite pretty, but I don't have to sit down and do a lot of work on because I don't have time. This is Stardust 3 now, and I'm going to be paying for this tomorrow. I'm going to have sequins all over myself. And popping that out here. It's really funny how they do actually align quite well with these colours. So that's that bit done. What I'm going to do now is actually do the liner. And do you know what? We're a family. We're going to do this together. I have this little brush that I got off of AliExpress. You do not have to pay crazy amounts for a liner brush. Just find yourself a nail art brush. And I'm going into the Glisten Cosmetics Pride one, and I'm going into the purple because it's live. And I'm going to be quiet now. So the joys of trying to get it to like match up to the other side. I'm like, what are you doing, Teresa? You mad owl thing. Next thing I'm going to do, yeah, I know, we're actually going to sit down and do this together. Isn't that amazing? I have these little, again, they're like nail art stuff. When in doubt, get nail art. It's pretty excellent. And I have this like just benefit glue. I know, what am I like? Anyways, I'm just going to pop a little bit in here. A little splodge, a little sploosh. And whenever you're working with these things, just get one of these little kajiggers. Technical terms only on this channel, lads. And here we go. There we go. I think that looks cute. I am taking some more glue and just popping in a little bit here. And a little bit here. And I have these little gorgeous butterfly decals, and ugh, I love them. Again, AliExpress. In the win. They're great for these sort of things. There we go. So that's it. I'm not going to bother sitting down and showing you me putting on like the lashes, but what we're going to do next is, once I have the rest of my face on, I obviously have the two highlighters. Now I'm going to use one as an actual highlighter and one as like a blush, like a glowy blush, and I have the lipsticks. So we're going to sit down and we're going to do that together. But that's the eye look essentially done, I think. Like, obviously I add like something on the lower lash line, but I'm happy with this. So yeah, I'll see you in a little bit. Okay, so I've put on the rest of my base makeup, you know, foundation, etc. The only thing I have to put on now is like a blush, a highlight, and the lipstick. These bloody lines, I swear to God, disgraceful. Anyways, I have this Real Techniques brush, don't know what it's called, and yes, look at this gorgeous packaging. Cannot. And I'm going into Royal Flush, which is this. You're right, you're just having a little groom. Sorry if you hear like cat grooming. Not a lot I can do about it. Anyways, I'm going to take off the glasses because I have to try and get up to here. I did, by the way, take the purple eyeshadow and kind of put it out a little bit. Now, when I have my blush, I have a tendency to put it up here as well. It's not just FYI, in case you're wondering what's going on. Oof, that's nice, isn't it? It's like really, it's quite glowy. So I have this, oh, is it a Suva 140? Yeah, okay, I'm going to use this Suva 140 because I got it like a free set when I ordered one of their eyeshadow palettes. So I was like, oh, why not? So this is the Fleur Sure. Nice and light for me. I do think, as always, there's an issue when they come out with things like this, that I think there should be like different highlights, because these are the two skin finishes that were available and they are quite, you know, pale centered. However, in general, MAC are very, very good at catering to many different skin tones. So, oh, that's nice. Now, I was just thinking of, I was watching Daniela's live the other day and she was saying, like, bring it like circular motions and like buff it into the skin. And I'm like, okay, is that what I do now? That does, I think it gives you a more glass-like sort of a look. This is definitely a trust the process thing. I hear a car. My mother is home. Yeah, oh, that's nice. Can I add more? That's okay. I like the way that looks. That looks quite natural. Woot. Yeah. So, last thing then, because I do have to go off and like do my hair and whatever, is I have this lipstick and it's in Tulip Service. Packaging, Very, very cute. Do like that. And this is the one that I went with because I know there was like a violet, like a lilac-y one, but I was like, oh no, that's not going to work for you. I'm just taking out a lip brush because I know I'll probably need it. So let's just get to it. I think that is a really cute colour, and like it goes with the rest of the look. I'm just taking this lip brush now just to kind of finesse it out. Yeah, I like the colour of that. It feels very comfortable. I'm going to go now and just do my hair, put on a bra, put on some pants, and we'll come back. We'll have a little chat about what it is that I think of the Botanic Panic collection overall. Okay, I'm back. You know, the hair is done, put on a top. It's a whole thing, and actually this top was given to me by my gorgeous friend Brianna, who also helped sort all of this out. I'm putting her channel down below. Yeah. Anyways, I'm going to zoom you into the eyes now so you can see what I actually did, what it all looks like together. Yeah. So this is it. I mean, my fringe is a little bit in the way, but it's cheaper than Botox, you know? Can't afford that right now. My eye is still twitching. I think it's just from continuous stress. Yeah, I like the look of this. I'll take my glasses off. And this is the finished look. We got there together in the end, didn't we? So that leads us to the review section of this. Okay, so I'm going to start off with the lipstick, actually. I love this shade. It's very comfortable. I like that. I didn't bother putting a lip liner down with it because I was like, I'm too lazy. The packaging is super, super cute. If you like the look of this lipstick, like this shade, yes, I feel happy recommending it. It's very comfortable. There's a little bit of a matte formula, so it's like as comfortable as like a matte will be. It's not going to be as comfortable as say like a satin finish, but this is nice. I like this. 10 out of 10 would recommend. These skin finishers, oh my lord. Okay, packaging, gorgeous. Is it a blinding highlight? No. Are you going to be seen from space? No. However, are you going to have a radiant glow that makes you look really healthy? Yes. And isn't that what we want in 2021? I think so. I don't know. Just gauging, you guys. You tell me. So obviously I used one as like a blush. I think it looks really nice as like a glowy blush, and then the one that I used as the highlight, I think it's beautiful. Like really does give you that glass skin. I would give that like a 9 out of 10. The reason why I'm taking a point off is it is super expensive, and I don't like that they struggle with they don't themselves struggle with inclusivity, because actually in general their line is pretty inclusive, but I wish they'd kind of extended the range for this collection. I think that would have been nice, or at least if they had like re-released some of their stuff with the nice packaging, because I know they did that like with their lipstick Ruby Woo, so why not do that for some of the skin finishes? But the actual formula, beautiful, really nice. This palette, again, packaging, gorgeous. I used the majority of the shades. The only ones I didn't use was this one, and this one. I did, however, swatch the red. That was crazy, crazy pigmented. And look, you know me, I will end up using these like for work, you know, like for nice transition shades. I actually think these are going to work really, really nicely. I do think that this green was a little bit too close to the yellow when you put them on together. But that being said, that's just a very tiny minor thing. The shimmers were very, very pigmented. Everything blended really, really, really nicely. So just because of the green, I think needing a little bit more finessing, I would give this a 9 out of 10, but I really, really enjoyed this. It was just very, very easy to work with. If you like this color story, I don't feel bad about recommending it. I think you'll enjoy it. Yeah, I mean, that's essentially it. Yeah, it was a nice kind of, I think, short video today. Who knows? Could have been longer. But that is the end of the video. Do please like, comment, and subscribe. Turn on that notification bell so you can see more of these videos, or whatever videos. My videos, not like videos in general. Yeah, well look, you know how the internet works. Do please share, because sharing is caring, unless of course it's an STD, in which case, you know, wrap it up, don't be gross. But that's it, that's the end of the video, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!